Okay, so the summer season has started officially over here in Mallorca, and I've come up here to Alcudia today to give you a little look at Alcudia Beach. We're going to see how busy it is, but most of all we're going to talk about the weather, because as we roll into these first 2 weeks of May, I can see a little bit of unsettled weather on the horizon. But do not worry if you have a holiday booked, because there is plenty to see and do over here in the resort, and we're going to talk about that as we take a walk along the beach today. So let's turn the camera around, let's check out Alcudia Beach Resort today. So we're starting this video more or less where Alcudia Beach ends and where the Playa de Muro starts, but in reality it's actually all one big beach which runs all the way up to Can Picafor, which you can see right at the end of the coastline here. But we're going to be heading to my left, we're going to head down the beach in the direction of Alcudia Port. Now you can see we're starting here right by a huge swathe of sunbeds. We've still got some very nice blue sky here over Alcudia Beach today. I am filming this on the 5th of May and it's a lovely day, but we can see, just looking to my right hand side, we've got some dark clouds looming. And my goodness, what a lovely start to the day today. It's absolutely glorious down here. Now, don't be too worried by the clouds that you can see right behind me in the distance, because as I said, during the first half of May, I can see we're expecting a little bit of clouds, and we're going to get this actually all the way through the summer. You're not going to get clear and broken blue skies running all the way through the summer season. So just be prepared for it. But in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what you can see and do around here. And even on the cloudy day, it's just nice to come down to the beach as well and go for an absolutely lovely coastal walk, because, well, this beach is absolutely enormous, and just going for a lovely walk down towards Alcudia Port or over towards Playa de Muro and Can Picafor as well can totally transform your day, whether or not you have sunshine. So that's my key piece of advice over here if you're staying on this side of the island. So on this very lovely and sunny day, one thing I can say is that you will not be fighting over beach umbrellas and sunbeds. And let's just come down as well. We can see that everything has been set up now. We've got the security boxes on the beach umbrellas, but let's just do a very quick price check in case you've missed any of my other videos. And we can see that for summer 2025, for €18.20 gets you 2 sunbeds and a beach umbrella, and also a security box too. And in fact, as we follow the path down the back of the beach, I'm absolutely convinced that they've put out even more sunbeds and beach umbrellas for this year, and we shall see this as we head on further along the beach. So we're just coming up past the Pollensa Beach Club and restaurants, and we have a few people in this morning. Anyway, let's head on towards the Red Bridge and let's get some views across the beaches. So to my left-hand side here, that we've got the All-Sun Orquídea Playa. This little path here leads right back out onto the main road. We've got a lovely little walkway too. Let's have a quick look on the other side of the Red Bridge. That's not looking so busy over here on Alcudia Beach today, but just looking far out into the distance, I can already see we've got people in the water to my left and to my right. But this cloud is coming across today, and well, that's going to feature quite heavily during the course of this week and next. But as I always say, don't believe the weather forecast so much, because they do change very quickly. And often when we are forecast cloud, it often gives way to some lovely sunshine too. Anyway, let's keep on walking along. Don't forget too, I always give an up-to-date and a pretty accurate weather forecast in my island updates, which go out every single Monday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications, and don't miss those updates too. So as we walk out onto this former jetty over here on the Alcudia Beach, you can see how calm the sea is, and as I pan the camera around, we can also see how busy it is down here. Now, way off in the distance, I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but I can see it's actually very busy. We're going to take a walk down the beach today. Let's head on over to this longer jetty and get some even better views along the beach. But just turning to my left-hand side, you can see that we now have this huge swathe of sunbeds and beach umbrellas, more so than we've ever had even, and I think even more so than we had in 2024. But anyway, let's go and check it out. So if you are coming over during the month of May, you are going to find the swimming pools to be a little bit on the cool side over here in Mallorca. It's often a lot warmer to actually swim in the sea, which is why we do find sea swimmers over here pretty much year round. However, by the middle of May, after a few really warm days, which I'm pretty sure we're going to get, those swimming pools are going to start to warm up. I'm pretty sure actually, if you're coming over from Northern Europe, you're not going to mind too much anyway. But pretty much us locals are really in the water by around the middle of May. So one thing I have noticed down here actually is that there's not a whole lot of space in between the shoreline and the first row of the sunbeds. So if you're not looking at renting a sunbed for the best part of 20 euros for the day, you're going to have to get down to the beach pretty early on, because I can see this space here filling up quite quickly on a really sunny day like we have today. And as I come up towards the El Paraiso hotel, look, you can see we've got a huge swathe of sand here, which is pretty much sunbed free, which is also great to see as well. I'm also very pleased as well to see that they haven't decided to build some artificial dunes here to fill up the beach. Let's hope they don't get funding for that. But anyway, let's take a walk along the jetty. Now, I have seen some boats coming into the jetty this morning and leaving. All boat trips are up and running now. Like I said, summer has started. The official start to the summer season has got underway, and you can book all your boat tours from over here in Alcudia. I will drop a few links to boat tours actually in the description text below this video, so go and check out what you can enjoy over here this summer on holiday. And as we come onto the jetty today, just look how busy it is. Looking down Alcudia Beach today, I'm not sure if it looks more busy because of all the sun umbrellas here. Quite possibly so, but there does seem to be quite a few people down here. There's also quite a few kids as well. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be in school, but anyway, that's the way it is. May in Alcudia is looking busy, and it's only the beginning of the season. So just looking left here, down the left-hand side of the beach towards Playa de Moro and Camp Picafort, you can see from over here, you can see the direction of the current actually today. It's blowing right across the bay. It's heading in a southeasterly direction, but it gives you an opportunity to just see in a little bit more detail what the beach is like down here. And my goodness, it's absolutely gorgeous. And looking over to my left here, well, we're going to get the really lovely views here, running all the way along Alcudia Beach Resort. The cloud hasn't quite descended, so enjoy these views today. I will be back later on in the month though to bring you more content and a much bigger update from over here. Let's head on back to the beach. Now, before we do so, I can just see the beach bar, the very first beach bar. Remember the newly refurbished, renovated beach bars that we have running all the way from Alcudia Beach here, all the way down towards Alcudia Port? They should all be open now, but let's go and have a look. I can just hear the wind on my microphone this morning. It really is just blowing down the coast. And don't be fooled either by the sun. I've seen plenty of sunburnt bodies over here already. Even though it's a little bit on the coolish side, you're still going to tan, you're still going to burn, so make sure you whack out the Factor 50 sun cream before you even head to the beach. So we are rolling towards midday here, and I can see the very first beach bar on Alcudia Beach is not open. I would have thought if it was opening for lunchtime service, it would already be open. Let's go and have a closer look. But in the meantime, I'm just going to tell you about my location here. So right behind the Paraiso Hotel here, we've got a taxi rank, and these taxis can get you to basically anywhere on the island. I'm going to just show you here a list of the prices so you know what to expect if you want to go anywhere and you don't want to take the bus. If you will have seen my content as well, and if you've watched my Mallorca in May video, you're going to know that the public transport is going to be very busy this summer. So this is just to give you an idea of prices, and if there are 4 of you travelling in a taxi, well, it may well cost maybe a little bit more than it would do if you're getting the bus, but then you know that you're going to have a guaranteed seat on that bus too. I also recommend tours as well. If you do have a day which is a little bit on the cloudy side, a little bit on the rainy side, maybe you want to consider booking a tour. And from here, well, I do recommend heading on maybe down to the caves in Porto Cristo. That's an amazing day trip. Alternatively, I'm also going to drop a few ideas as well of tours that you can do around in this area too. Plus, don't forget the road which runs all the way down the back of the beach as well. You can get the 324 bus which runs all the way from Can Picafor all the way down to Alcudia Beach Resort. Those buses go by pretty frequently, and every 10 or 15 minutes. They're really easy to get on. Check out my guide as well about how to take the bus over here in Mallorca. Use your bank card, make sure you take your bank card. But from here too, you can visit Alcudia Old Town, Porto Pollensa, Cala San Vicente, Pollensa Old Town. I also have a video as well highlighting some of these key places. I'll also drop that in the description text below. Anyway, let's keep on heading down the beach and let's see what Alcudia Beach is like today, right at the beginning of May. So to my right hand side here, where I've just filmed that clip, you've also got the Watersports Centre, which is now up and running. However, I can't see any pedalos on the beach over here. Normally we have a huge, massive pedalo parking right on my right hand side near the jetty. That's not down here just yet. But should we go and check out this beach bar? Let's go and see if we can find someone to talk to about the opening date, because we're right at the end of the Alcudia Strip near the Bellevue complex, and also many of the huge hotels like the Alcudia Beach Hotel too. So if you're coming down to the beach, you may want to be able to pick up a spot of lunch or a few drinks and stuff, but I think you're going to still be using the spa shops or some of the other beach bars that we have down here, because this doesn't look like it's opening anytime soon. So I can hear the familiar sound of drilling, which means that this hasn't opened. Let's go and find out. And I've just asked the workmen. They've told me that it looks like this well could be opening by the end of May. They couldn't give a definitive date on it, so fingers crossed by the end of the month we'll see this open. But let's turn the camera around, because I'm standing in one of the most picturesque spots over here on Alcudia Beach. And this is why, look, we've got the little line of pine trees here, offering some lovely shade as well. You often find this area to the left-hand side being quite busy with families on a Sunday. Over to the right, we've got the palm trees too. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Really, really pretty over here on Alcudia Beach. Got real tropical beach vibes down here. Anyway, let's keep heading along. So in the distance here, I can see a Balearia ferry coming over from Menorca. Don't forget too, we're just around the corner here from Alcudia Port, which is right at the end of this beach. You can also get a day trip over to Menorca, if that's something that you want to consider while you're over here on holiday. I'll drop a link to that trip also in the description text below this video. So we're just coming up towards the accessibility area. With that first beach bar closed, you're probably wondering where the nearest loos are. They're just a little bit further down the beach here. You can see right by the medical centre. We've also got some showers here as well, which are up and running too. And I am delighted to say that that boardwalk has now been put down as well. Last time I was down here, it hadn't been put down, but you have got access now to the accessibility area over here on Alcudia Beach. So we can just see the clouds making its way up along the coast here. Been quite lucky so far in this video. I'm really glad I can bring you some sunshine. But like I said, don't worry too much, don't worry too much. The weather forecast is never quite what the actual reality is over here, and often the weather's much, much better. So this is new for 2025. We're seeing another accessibility point being put in a little bit further down as we head towards the sun wing. I mean, this is really good to see actually. We don't just have that first accessibility area. Look, I'm wondering whether they're going to actually be running boardwalks all the way down along the beach, but we can see this one being laid out here. Got the decking on the back of the truck. So this is going to be another route down to the water, which is really, really great to see. We're also coming up to this huge shaded area under the pine trees. Once again, if you don't want to pay for sun umbrellas, there's plenty of space under here too. Just make sure you get yourself a waterproof bum bag or phone case, and don't leave your stuff on the sand when you're heading on into the water. It's just giving you a few other views down the beach here. Just coming up towards the Sun Wing Hotel and also the second jetty. So we have another water sports centre right here. It's just to the right hand side of the Sun Wing. And also we have the next beach bar too. I can see someone's brought down the safari bike actually off the road. It's parked outside. Let's take a walk up towards the jetty. So it looks like this part of the beach here has just been freshly laid actually. It's all just been ploughed too. We do get the tractors coming down here most days actually to fluff up the sands. But look, got all your water sports over here. Everything from parasailing to the banana boat rides too, which is great to see. And just coming up to our first batch of pedalos here on Alcudia Beach. Same price as it has been for the past few years actually, €20 for an hour. So right in front of the Sun Wing as well, we've got the second jetty. Let's go and take a quick walk up. So we can see some pedalos out in the water. We've got more swimmers down here too. And what a lovely area of the island this is. I'm just giving you a few more views here down towards Alcudia Port. You can see in the background here there's an enormous tent right at the end of the beach. This is for the Ironman, the Alcudia Ironman competition, which is taking place on the 10th of May. It won't be a permanent fixture over here, but this is what we've got down here on the beach today. Okay, so a couple of other activities that you may want to consider on a cloudy day if you're up here in Alcudia. You may also want to get the bus to Palma. Now, to know the best days to visit Palma, make sure you check out my island update as I give an update as to what cruises are in Palma Port, give you an idea how busy it is. I would also advise, if you've seen Alcudia Market once, try and visit the old town on a day that's not market day. It's going to be much less busy. It's going to be a much better experience too. Same goes over in Porto Pollensa as well, the market which takes place on the Wednesday afternoon. Maybe take the bus over there and go for a lovely walk, and you would have seen it on my videos or my live streams. Take a walk along the Pine Walk as well. That's another amazing thing to do on maybe a cloudy day as well when the weather isn't so fantastic, because the views from over there are just amazing, just absolutely amazing. Okay everyone, I hope you found this video useful. I will be back here on Alcudia Beach very, very soon. So as I said, don't forget to consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. You can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.